guys, it's Emma. Today I have a book review on Hunter's Green by Phyllis A. Whitney. It was published in 1968, set in the 60s in London, England. A little history about this particular book. It's it's an older version and it's a little worn and looks very antique-ish because we actually got it from this guy. He's an antique collector and he had these boxes of books that he just wanted to get rid of. He's like, oh, just take them all. So we took them all back home. Me, my mom, and my sister went through them all, and this was one of the books that we decided to keep, put on our bookshelf. And that was like 3 or 4 years ago, and I only just read this like a few weeks ago. And it was really good. I really liked it. It was a nice surprise. So Hunter's Green is a story that takes place in the 1960s in England. For the majority of the time it takes place at this big old estate home in the country called Anthmore. It's about this young American girl, she's about 22 or 23, named Eve, and she comes back to this place, to Anthmore, from America after a few years have gone by, and you sort of learn about why she left in the first place, why she's coming back, her history with the place, her connections to it. So I'll give you the hook line of the book. It's in the synopsis, so it's not spoiling anything. But basically, the first thing that starts off this mysterious series of weird events and suspiciousness, I guess. The groundskeeper is an old man named Daniel, and before he dies, he tells Eve this mysterious thing, and she doesn't know what it means, and then he dies before he can explain it to her. So she's left with these this odd phrase that he says before he dies. And so from there she kind of figures out what he meant by it, and there's this whole mystery thing going on at the estate. So that's all I'm gonna say. Going into the book, I honestly didn't know what to expect. Like, I was really surprised. I didn't expect many of the things in this book to happen the way it did. I don't know, I got my impression was that it would be like a romance suspense novel, but it was largely a mystery, thriller, suspense kind of novel, and I really liked the way it turned out, and I was very surprised. Pleasantly surprised. So I have a lot of good things to say about this book. There isn't really anything bad about it. Like, I really liked it. It was a really nice surprise. But apparently, though, this particular author, Phyllis A. Whitney, she's known for writing like romance suspense novels, and apparently this is like supposed to be one of her not as good ones. So if this is not one of her good ones, then I'll be excited to see what one of her good ones is like, because this one was really good. At least I thought it was. So for starters, I really like the way the first person point of view is handled. A lot of times when reading a first person point of view, it can get really tedious very fast, because it's always, I did this, I went here, I picked up this, it's really boring. But Eve tells her own story through flashbacks now and then, which was handled really well, and just her own inner thoughts and stuff, and her observations and her actions. Like, none of it was overbearing to read. It wasn't like tedious at all to read. So I really liked the way that was handled. Another thing I really liked about this book was the different themes that were weaved in to the story. She had, Phyllis Whitney, she did a really, really great job of weaving in certain themes about cause and effect and fate and, past and present. That was really cool. I really liked how she intertwined all of those different things. Yeah, although there was romance drama, it was mainly a suspenseful mystery that was it was driven by the relationships between the characters at the house. Each character was very distinct. For me personally, I felt sometimes now and then the love dilemma romance drama thing got a little tiring, but I think that was mainly because I was more so caught up in the suspense mystery side of it. So when the romance thing came along, I was like, just get back to the other stuff. It's more fun. But for the most part, it was handled really well. It didn't seem very whiny at all anyway, which is the worst kind of romance stuff to read. So yeah, I'd recommend this book for sure. It was really well written. The story was great. I found it gripping. And if you like mystery, suspense, thriller, and you don't mind a bit of romance drama, then I think you'll really like it. Yeah, definitely I recommend it. I don't have anything really bad to say about it, and I look forward to reading more of her work. So yeah, that's it guys. Thanks for watching.